Not every accident starts with a bang. Sometimes it begins with overconfidence, a sure enough plan, and a relentless drive. This video captures some of the most devastating failures of fast trucks and heavy equipment when humans misjudge their limits. Everything seemed to be under control. The cable tightened, the vehicle inched forward little by little, then, in an instant, the pulling force exceeded its capacity and disaster struck. No more lifting 40-ton containers or 80-ton super heavy loads, but the last lift of the P6 is a final moment in its lifetime. Open terrain, high speed, and virtually zero margin of error. This is what makes Dakar so special, even if it's only recreated for a few short minutes. Just a few seconds of disregard for traffic laws is enough to turn an ordinary journey into an irreversible moment. wheels are still spinning, the engine is still roaring, but the pulling force is not enough to conquer the steep incline ahead.
Dan di sini mobil Grand Max-nya pun tidak sanggup menanjak. Beginilah kondisi dari kondisi yang terjadi.
This is why many local drivers always advise checking your vehicle thoroughly before climbing the Batu Jomba hill. Not every stretch of road offers a chance to make corrections.
Ya, satu lokasi.
Imagine being behind the wheel of a 70-ton monster with a 50-meter-long crane in front of you and knowing that just one small mistake could turn the road into a death trap. Heavy rescue requires not only strength, but also meticulous calculations. A precise maneuver helps prevent further damage to both people and vehicles. Before you can even breathe a sigh of relief, gravity has caught the crane as it just stood upright, reminding us that the mountain never shows mercy. A typical mistake made by beginners. Seeing something stuck, they just pull it without stopping to observe and coordinate the operations between the equipment. KAMAZ flips during unloading as a reminder. Never underestimate the immense weight you're working with. Imagine you're sitting in the cabin of a KAMAZ 55111. The dump bed starts to lift. Dozens of tons of rock are piled up on one side, just a few centimeters off, and everything could be over in an instant. The scene is so thrilling that you have to hold your breath. The bridge bends, the water flows, and the truck shakes with every beat. If you have to drive a monster across the desert with hot sand under the wheels and every movement demands absolute precision, the Kenworth 963 can handle any challenge perfectly. The truck seems to be struggling with the road, while the driver can only pray. This is one step in the furniture shipping process in Spain. If the ground collapsed right beneath your feet, what would you do to save the excavator before it plunged into the hole?
Но он быстро ехал, торопился.
The main cause of the tanker explosion was the lack of ventilation before discharging the oil. When flammable vapors accumulate inside, even a small spark can trigger an explosion.
Ooh, he wants to take that bumper with him.
A minor technical error or misjudgment of the terrain is enough to cause this heavy machine to spiral out of control. Although the Ford F-150 is much smaller than a dump truck,
Стой, стой!
Давай!
Нет, стой! Guys, just swing side to side. Look, he's stuck. Ooh. No fucking. No, hey. Wow.
Man, I don't believe that. I wouldn't do that.
Damn. It did.
its high torque and suitable drivetrain allow it to still provide towing support in challenging conditions. Every meter of road here demands extremely precise control of the throttle. A little too much and you'll skid, a little too little and you'll get stuck. The ferry journey from Amerongen to Ekenville is usually a familiar route, but in a storm, it transforms into a direct confrontation between man and nature. The excavator looked like an orc creature forged from Soviet steel. Slow, heavy, but unstoppable. Amidst the vast ocean, fire turns metal, glass, and money into something as fragile as paper. Not all accidents end in disaster. Some end in good fortune.
Capotou. Caiu.
Moving a massive propylene-propane separator is never a simple task. It's a journey that demands precise calculations down to the meter, close teamwork, and the highest level of expertise. Kamaz falls asleep in the middle of a construction site. It sounds funny, but the consequences are significant. Luckily, an excavator helped it get back on its feet.
Hey, you stay.
From Baignon to Elven, the road giant begins its journey. The first challenge is not on the highway, but to escape the narrow industrial area of Baignon.
Всем привет, с вами агроном. Сегодня я вам покажу, как мы будем мост выдергивать.
When hard work is assigned to professionals, everything becomes easier than ever. What you just saw wasn't just a series of failures, but a stark reminder that heavy machinery never forgives complacency. In a world of speed and massive loads, safety isn't an option, it's a necessity.